Hey y'all, this is Michael from Connors. This is Michael. Once again, Connors not here. Doing visually straight tonight. I know I sound like crap right now. I'm about to explain that. With this pension, it's been a rough past few days for me. Before I tell you what all is going on and everything, I want to keep this channel fresh and everything. Like, current crap that's going on in my life, and cause I don't want it to be the same thing like every time, cause that's just boring. But I mean, the reason I look like crap and sound like crap, it's been very emotional the past few days for me. Um, Friday night, I put one of my horses down. His name was Dozer. He's a 31-year-old quarter horse. My parents have had us since before I was born. He's been there every day of my life. Not a day has gone by that I have not seen that horse. For 19 years I saw him every day. Oh, it all started Thursday night. Me and my dad went to the racetrack, and well, before I tell you that, I want to say it's gonna be very emotional for me because this is the first time I've been in my barn since we put him down. That was Friday night. It's Monday night. I've been in here for about 5 minutes. It's really rough, man. But Thursday we got back from the track, and my parents told me to come out here and bring the horses in. So I did, and I came out here, and Dozer was in the pasture, and he had his front feet planted, and he was spinning around real fast. He was spinning to the right, and at first I thought he was just trying to get the other horse out of the way, because he's always been the alpha male. I found out he couldn't hold himself up. He didn't know where his back legs are. So I got out there, and I'm holding his back end up. I called my mom and said, "You need to get out here right away." She got out there and we called the vet, and he said, "All right, I'm on my way." We waited 2 hours. I'm sitting here holding this horse up for 2 hours. It's the longest 2 hours of my life. My legs are still sore. It's 1,100 pounds of animal, man. And the vet gets here and looks at him, and he's like, "Well, it could be a couple things with his age. It could be he had a stroke," which I didn't even know horses could get a stroke, but I guess it's rare, but it can happen. And so he said it could also be EPM. I forget what it stands for, but it's a neurological problem. Um, that's what I think it was, and so we brought him in here, put him on IV, a DMSO, and gave him a shot of Banamine. His stall's over there, the very last stall. Well, that night they said to put him in this stall right here, the one closest to the door, which is Nestle's stall. In case something happens, he goes down, he's right there. Mom was upset, but at the time I wasn't, just because Dozer was acting like himself. And, he was being Dozer. He wasn't acting like he was in any pain or anything. He was still playing with me and everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. And he said he should be better in the morning to call him in the morning. If not, and things get difficult, then Friday morning, Mom comes in my room like 8 in the morning. I go to work at 10. And I was going to get up, and she's bawling. She's like, "Mike, we're going to put those down." I'm like, "What?" said he's not any better, so I get dressed, have bowl cereal. You know, it was kind of like sinking in real quick, but it's kind of like it's surreal, like, is this really happening right now? Got out here, I mean, God, it was horrible. The vet comes out, and he's like, and this vet, he's been our vet since before I was born. He's always took care of Dozer. Dozer never gets sick. I mean, Dozer's tough. Toughest horse I ever met. And he's like, I don't try to tell people what they should do with their animals. And my mom's like, as a friend, what would you do? And he's like, I put him down. That was hard, man. And then she gave me the decision. She's like, you want to do it now or later? In 19, deciding on if somebody or something can live or not, it's a lot, man. I was like, you know what? Do it later. It's a beautiful day. Let him enjoy the day. And the reason I also chose that is because I felt like that was the right thing to do, because then my sister and my dad could be here and they could tell him goodbye. Well, he was originally supposed to be here at 5:30, and he changed it to 7. 7 rolled around. He didn't even show up till 8:30. All day I wanted him to hurry up and get there, but then again I didn't, because just the wait is horrible. But then I didn't want him to get there because I just didn't want to lose my buddy. And when he gets here at 8:30, he's like, "You guys ready?" My mom's calling. He's like, "No," and they had already cut chunks of his tail and mane out, and we already had a guy come and dig the grave to back the pasture. I was the one who had to walk him down the back of the pasture, and the whole time walking down there, he's struggling to walk down there, and he kept stopping, and he didn't want to go, and he kept turning to look at the front of Winnie. And, I mean, that's the hardest thing I've ever done in my life, because, he wanted to go out darn, and it really took everything I had to just not let him go and go back to the barn. And so I kept on taking him back there, and, I mean, our pasture's 3 acres big. It was the longest walk of my life. And we get back there. There was a ramp to the grave, and then there's a side. My neighbor is the one who finished burying him for us, and he's like, "You let him eat some grass. Just tell him you're fine. I'm gonna look at this and see where to take him to do this to make it easier to the podcast." So he looked for a couple minutes, and we took him over there to the side, and the vet gave there's 3 shots they get. One's a clear shot. It's supposed to. I guess it's kind of like an anesthetic to get them on the ground, and then you have 2 that are pink. And I mean, I don't even need to explain what those are for. And he gives him the first shot, and he's fighting. Dozer's the short time. He's fighting. Then he gives him the other 2 shots while he's standing there, because Dozer wouldn't go down. He still fought for like 2 minutes, and it's painless euthanization. It's supposed to stop the brain, the heart, and the lungs. He kept fighting. He wouldn't go down. He finally kept going up, and I'm a mess while this is all going on. I'm holding it up, and I'm telling him how much I love him. And I promised him I'd be there till the end. Then I'll make sure everything's done right. He finally goes down, and I'm telling him how much I love him and petting him. And he finally went. I was watching. I watched his eyes flash over, turn white. I knew he was gone. I couldn't walk away. I gave him a big old kiss on the nose. He would never let me do that, because He was a butt licker. He liked to mess with me. And I thought he was gone, and then he came back 3 times. He didn't want to go. 3 times he came back. That was the hardest thing I've ever dealt with. So I'm down there for about a half an hour, got his heart wrong. I kept trying to close his eyes, and they just wouldn't close. I'm sorry, guys, I'm so emotional right now. I love him so much. So I take his halter off, and I walked away. I walked up the post again, I went there, and I just had to stop there and look at him one last time. I remember went down there at the Bobcat, put him in, fell down most of the grave, and I went down there and stopped and I said, "Can you leave me a little pile? Let me shovel that last little bit." And he said, "Yeah." So he did that. Well, he couldn't finish that night just because it got real dark, and he wanted to make sure it was perfect. Next morning, I had to go to work at 9 a.m., and he finished it, left me in my pile. I left work, and it was just plastering rain. I mean, I got drenched just walking from the store to my dad's truck out here. Well, out there at the shovel, put that last little bit out there. And then I'm making his headstone right now. I've got the cross made. I'm gonna put 2 horseshoes, one on each side. I don't know what I'm gonna write on it yet. About 30 minutes ago, I walked out there for the very first time, and it was the toughest walk of my life, man. I'm gonna get his cross finished either tomorrow or the next day. I don't know. I don't even know if I can walk back out in this barn again. I really don't. And I love him so much. He's my buddy. He's been through everything. That's the horse I learned how to ride. He taught me everything. I mean, he did it. He took me through every single fair I've been to. He took both my sisters to every single fair they went to. And he went to 12 fairs. I love him so much. You know, even though it's tore me up worse than anybody, especially because I walked him out there, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I was there with him till the end. Really, I'm glad. It's helped the healing process a little bit. I mean, when I'm not out here, I'm okay for the most part. I still get upset just when I think about him. But it just really tears me up a lot. Nestle in his stall, so it doesn't look empty, but I don't want him in there. I love Nestle to death, but that's Dozer stall. No horse deserves to be in there. Oh, God. But, so it's been pretty emotional for me. I love him so much. I love you, Dozer. Buddy, I promised you I'll be there till the end. I'll make sure everything gets finished, and I'll be the last one to do everything. I'm keeping my promise, buddy. I promise you that. It's horrible, though, because I keep dreaming, I keep walking out here, and he's out here. I can't sleep. I just think about him all the time. I got some of his tail in my room, and when I'm home, that's where I'm at. I'm in my room, and it's in my hand. It still smells like him. Some of his stuff's still out here. Honestly, I'd give up anything and everything that I own to make him better if he was still around, or just to have one more day with him. Because the day that we were out here, I just couldn't be out here. I had to keep walking away. I'm about to hit 15 minutes, so I gotta end this. That's what's been going on. This is Micah from Connor. I'm Michael. And Connor, you're Michael.